Oh, hi, I didn't see you there. I was too busy. Honestly, if you unsubscribed, I would not blame you. Anyways guys, aside from that cringe fest, today we're going to be looking at the most interesting rocket launcher to come to Fortnite Save the World in recent history. It's going to be a little bit of a blast. Ooh, got him with that. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, we're going to be looking at the Santa's Little Helper today. And I know a few people have already done videos on the Santa's Little Helper, which is why I'm going to be doing a double upload today so that you guys don't get like bored out of your freaking mind. So this is the weapon right here. One thing I do want to say really quick, we are really close to 2,000 followers on Twitter. If you guys would like, the first link in the description will take you to my Twitter. Go over there and follow me. We are really close to 2,000. I am most active on Twitter out of any of the social medias, so yeah, if you guys want to talk to me on there, feel free to do so. But guys, let's go ahead and talk about the Santa's Little Helper. Now, this is my personal Santa's Little Helper. Something interesting about this rocket launcher that I thought was really cool is that if you want to, you can actually go with a crit build on this rocket launcher, which is something that I personally have never heard of. I'm not really well versed in the rocket launcher mythos, but you were able to go with a crit rating, a crit damage, a crit rating, and a crit damage on this weapon. Now, me personally, I opted for 4 damages while I was live streaming. I asked you guys what you wanted, and you guys wanted all damage because the damage on this rocket launcher is a little bit insane. So yeah, I opted to go for normal damage instead of damage to afflicted because 9 times out of 10, well, a lot of times, maybe 7 times out of 10, I don't know, you're not going to be shooting the same target twice. You know, usually whenever I use rocket launchers, I use them on trash mobs anyways, so I went with another damage just to kind of like pound it into the ground essentially. But this rocket launcher is very interesting. So with all of these damage perks on it, and I obviously went for energy so I can use it anywhere, anytime, you have 192,634.2 damage. And if you go for a headshot, you're going to get slightly less damage, which is interesting. I don't know why that's even a thing, but this is the maxed out Santa's Little Helper. Now, I want to go ahead and consult the books, which I literally actually have a notebook that I write a bunch of stuff down in. We're going to be comparing the Santa's Little Helper to the Bazooka and the Dam Buster because the Santa's Little Helper is actually the best rocket launcher in the game as of now, and I'll go ahead and explain why. So I can go ahead and get a little bit sophisticated right now. The Santa's Little Helper comes with 625 damage, 2.5 reload speed, and 4,167 impact as its base weapon stats. We move on to the Bazooka. The Bazooka has 450 damage, 1.8 reload speed, and 3,000 impact. Then we move on to the Dam Buster. The Dam Buster has 488 damage, 3.4 reload speed, and 3,750 impact. So if you were previously a fan of the Dam Buster, you no longer have a reason to be because the Santa's Little Helper completely blows the Dam Buster out of the water. It is like an irrelevant weapon now aside from looking and sounding really awesome. So let's go ahead and talk about some Santa's Little Helper versus Bazooka action really quick. The Santa's Little Helper has way more damage, way more impact, and slightly longer reload speed, not even double the reload speed. So whenever it comes to, you know, purely getting damage out, because the previous king of RPGs or of bazookas was the Bazooka, it had the best DPS, because of the Santa's Little Helper, you are going to be doing way more damage and way more impact with this weapon. It is better than the Bazooka and it is better than the Dam Buster, making the Santa's Little Helper the best rocket launcher in the game. And keep in mind, this is completely separate from Noble Launcher. Noble Launcher is not a rocket launcher. It is entirely its own thing. It's just a normal explosive weapon. We are talking about rockets here, or technically presents, but same principle, it works the same way. So we're going to be doing a gameplay with the Santa's Little Helper today, and I'm just going to kind of be doing a little bit of a casual gameplay. So we're just going to play, you know, some cloak shadow action, we're going to get some extra reload speed from Carbide, and some bonus survival from the MGR. So we're going to hop into a mission, run around, shoot some stuff, and just kind of test it, and have a little bit of fun with it. So without further ado, I will see you guys on the battlefield. Alrighty boyo, so here we are in game. We're going to be testing this obviously on some mist monsters, some trash mobs and stuff, and just kind of screwing around with this weapon. I'm sure that this weapon would honestly be really fun with a crit build, and unfortunately, you know, I didn't go with a crit build. I think a crit build would be really fun. I might even do it later on in the future whenever I do end up reperking this weapon, but a full damage build will hopefully get the job done. I believe Rounded Tic Tac did a video on a crit build, so if you guys are interested in a crit build, you guys can go check that video out. But yeah, so today we have 6 of these bad boys to try out, and I kind of want to test it. We did test it a little bit on stream and, you know, just kind of try it out. I was kind of like not impressed because, you know, I don't really use rockets too much, and I don't really know what a good rocket is because most rockets are kind of bleh. But with the impact of this rocket, it should definitely stand out, and there's honestly a smasher already right there. So that's quite interesting. So let's go ahead and test out the sounds of this rocket launcher. So we're going to shoot off into the abyss really quick to give you guys a little bit of a listen, because this is practically the Christmas version of the Jackal launcher. So let's go ahead and fire it. A little bit of a magical sound to it. Okay, let's go ahead and aim it at the wall real quick. Get a little bit of sound up in here. So it's got a little bit of a jingle to it. A little bit of confetti flying, of course. A very beautiful weapon indeed. I also had a few of my friends test out this weapon, and unfortunately, if you guys were curious, you cannot ride the presence, as weird as that sounds. Let's go ahead and clear out these boys right here. Oh my goodness, dude. That guy freaking flew, man. Honestly, wait, let's see if we can push him off. Hey! Alright, so I'll take that impact. I'll take that impact. That was actually pretty impressive. Unfortunately, we didn't really get much of a smasher test there, but we were able to kind of screw around with it. We got a little bit of a patrol coming in. I'll see if I can get them all together. All two of them. Well, there you go. There's your gameplay. Let's go and see how much damage we can do to a blaster. I kind of want to hit him in the head. I'm not even sure if a headshot is possible, but, you know, it's got the stat, so let's go for it. There you go. Half healthed him, and one more hit, of course. See, that right there is why I really wouldn't advocate the damage to afflicted, because you're going to be two-hitting most of your targets anyways. I can kind of guess, like, I can kind of see it if you're using it against like a not a monster, a mini boss or something. I can, oh my goodness, dude. That's some crazy damage and impact. That blew off everybody like crazy, dude. We even had people flying all the way down there. But yeah, with this weapon, you know, damage to afflicted, you're really not going to be shooting an enemy more than twice unless it's like a mini boss or something. So that's why I didn't go with it. You know, I'm sure there could have been, you know, some other reasons as to why you should, but for me personally, I couldn't really think of a reason. But yeah, like a crit build mixed with that or something, that would actually be kind of interesting. But let's go ahead and see if we can go find some more mist monsters. If we can't, we'll go ahead and start climbing up the encampment ladder. But I really do, okay, there's a blaster right there, a little bit of server lag as well. I really do want to test this out on a smasher, so hopefully we can find another smasher really quick. But let's do some damage to these boys right here. They just fly through the air, man. That's awesome. This is obviously, like, originally whenever I got this weapon, right, you know, we maxed it out on the stream and whatever, I was kind of treating this weapon like a meme gun, and that's kind of how I treated the pop shot as well. Whenever I was, oh dude, is that smasher? Nice. Whenever I first got the pop shot, I was treating it like such a meme weapon, and, you know, lo and behold, it turns out to actually be a good shotgun, which is kind of crazy. Most of the weapons we've gotten have all been really good. You know, the Coco 45 was absolute garbage tier, but like the Ginger Blaster, for example, was a really good Mist Monster Killer pistol. You know, also came with healing and whatever. You know, this RPG is the new best RPG in the game. And, you know, we've just gotten a lot of really cool stuff. Tree of Light is a very interesting weapon as well. Pop Shot is a very reasonable shotgun within the game. But with this damage build, let's go ahead and test and see how much damage we can do to a smashy boy. And I completely missed like a beast. Let's go and get him up here really quick. Alright, come here, bud. Okay, that does not stop this Goliath. That does not freaking stop this Goliath. Let's go ahead and get right back here. Throw in some more damage really quick. Dude, the servers honestly can't even keep up with the impact. Oh no, I missed. I'm terrible, guys. There we go. So I guess if we were to let the affliction tick long enough, that would have still taken quite a bit. I don't think we're going to kill him. No. I'm not sure how many shots it would take with a crit build. You know, obviously you do got to get lucky with the crit build, but I'm not sure how many shots it would take. But like I said, I think a crit build would be really fun with this weapon. But, you know, I've never really used a rocket launcher in that way. This is like a 100% new thing. So I didn't really want to advocate for the crit build because you're not going to be critting all the time. I know that your splash damage can, you know, as well hit, you can hit multiple targets at the same time and stuff, which is, I guess, pretty useful for crit. But something I've noticed with this weapon is that when you use it, the splash really isn't that much, and I'm not sure if it's the exact same as any other rocket launcher. Like I said, I don't really use rocket launchers too much. But the splash on this weapon is honestly a little underwhelming in my opinion. But I think in like cases like that, with encampments and stuff, yeah, a crit build would be freaking awesome on this weapon. And I know I'm talking about the crit build a lot, but you know, I'm showcasing the damage, and you know, damage only goes so far as a talking point. So I do want to talk about the crit build a lot. If you guys personally have a crit build, I want to hear about it in the comments down below. I want to hear, like, you know, how much you like it, how much you dislike it, you know, what you think it's good for and stuff. Because this rocket launcher right here is a case of, hey, you know, I'm a rocket launcher and I'm completely special from all the other ones. You know, you got crazy base damage, you got crazy impact, you know, decent reload and stuff, and the ability to come with just a ridiculous roll of crit rating and crit damage. So I do want to hear from you guys in the comments down below. If you guys did crit build this weapon, which I'm not sure how many of you did, because it's, you know, it's just a rocket. Oh wow, almost one hit that guy. You know, because it is just a rocket launcher, we can boot this guy off the edge. Oh no, he had a saving grace. But yeah, I do want to hear about that in the comments down below. Let's go ahead and head on over to the Smasher really quick and get a little bit more of a test with this weapon. Last time I didn't count the rockets. I want to actually count the rockets on this guy. Come here, boyo. Now is your time. It is time to die. This is actually seemingly taking less. I don't know why that is. This is taking less for some reason. Was that 5? Is that like 5 rockets? I think that was 5 rockets. That's honestly pretty decent. That would honestly be pretty decent. So if you are, you know, going to be using this rocket launcher, by the way, you know, make sure you use a demo constructor. I'm just playing the cloak. I'm just playing the cloak shadow. Because, you know, I got the double jump and stuff. I got some, you know, special mobility, but I didn't really want to go and use this in an actual mission just in case like propane showed up and I'm screwing my team over. I really didn't want to do that. I just kind of wanted to, you know, get a general feel for the weapon. And all in all, I gotta say that this is probably my favorite explosive weapon. You know, it's pretty fun. I'm actually really glad I leveled it up. You know, might change the perks in the future, like I said, I don't know. It's pretty much like as a damage build, you know, if I'm to give my verdict on it. Damage build is definitely a really good all-around build for this weapon. You know, it's already so high whenever it comes to normal damage. So that's pretty good. And whenever you do a crit build, I can only imagine that the damage is still going to be very decent. You know, you're still going to be able to do a pretty good amount of damage even if you don't crit with a crit build. But like I said, I don't know much about that. I'm not sure how any other content creator built their Santa's Helper, or if they built it at all. I really don't know. But yeah, guys, that is pretty much it for this gameplay. So we went out, we tested this weapon. I would say, you know, it's a pretty good weapon. I really can't really rate it much of anything because I don't use RPGs much. They're kind of in a very weak spot because of stuff like propanes and whatnot. But yeah, it's a pretty fun weapon. I would definitely, you know, go and buy this in the shop, of course, because you never know when you want to level it up or use it in the future. But I really do like this weapon. I think it's quite interesting, and I would definitely recommend it. It's definitely a very unique Christmas themed rocket launcher, very similar to the Jack-o'-launcher. And the cool thing is that BR didn't actually get this, I don't think. So we got our own little unique Christmas launcher. But guys, thank you so much for watching. I greatly do appreciate it. That is it for me, and that is also it for my, let's do the slow field down. That is also it for my 6 RPGs. So guys, I do want to hear in the comments down below what you guys think about this weapon. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Let's go ahead and kill these husklings. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty fun. So I want to hear you guys' opinions in the comments down below. I will have another upload coming out later today. It's going to be a Fortnite school, so I hope you guys tune into that as well. But guys, that is pretty much it for me. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.